Okay, so it's been a very long time since I've made any videos. I've been putting it off for about 2 years. Uh, Life just got crazy, so I sort of dropped doing it. And I been thinking to myself recently, that I just really wanted to make some more videos. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. And I decided to start with something new, a game that I love playing, and that, as you can see, is Warhammer 2: Total War. Uh, I spent quite a few hours on this game, and this game is in a modded state. As you can see right up here, we are using mods. I'll probably just
We
list them
must
in the
preserve
Discord.
this world.
I'm not sure. Maybe go over them in another video. For now, we'll be playing. We'll start with an Eye of Vortex game, and I'll probably play Eltharion because he's one of the newest lords. He is, along with Grom, the newest lords. And I really like his character. He's amazing. I love his units. And I figured it'd be an interesting campaign to play, and an interesting one to start off with. We'll probably play a
We can
techless one at
achieve
some other
much
time, just
together.
because I love playing him, and I've played that campaign quite a bit. But
No
let's
rest,
start with
no
Eltharion
weakness.
first, and we'll just be doing normal. I'm not very interested in putting the difficulty up all the way. I've done it a few times just to see how I can do in it, and it's just more of a pain in the ass than it needs to be. Especially if you put the battle difficulty all the way up. I find that type of changes with the units stats becoming stronger and stronger is it's not the best way to make it
The
harder.
waystones that guard all elven souls grow faint. Althwan is weak, still reeling from a ferocious greenskin assault. It barely survived. The grim warden of Torivres has not rested since driving back the green invasion. Prince Eltharion must be prepared. There will come a day when the Goblin King returns. It is only a matter of time. For in the desolate Southlands, a war of unimaginable power brews. War boss Grom, most feared and most colossal of all goblins, has long craved a second chance to annihilate the Asa. That time is now. Althwan will drown beneath a green tide. There must come the war to end all wars. But Grom's horde will meet a wall of unstoppable Asur might. Eltharion will defend his homeland until his dying breath. This is his vow. The Grim Prince and the Goblin King. Two souls sworn to vengeance upon each other.
Yeah, I love it. I love this game so much, and every time they add in new lords that are just so good. You know, Grom and Eltharion are great lords to add in. The orcs are finally got some content. Like so long after the first game. After the first game, they just weren't getting anything. So adding in Grom and Eltharion, I love the High Elves. I play the High Elves the most. They're the ones I have the most experience with, and the ones that I do the best with. Second to that are probably the vampires and the vampire coasts. But like I was saying, with the difficulty of the battles, I find just raising the stats higher and higher, making it completely unbalanced, is I don't find it fun at all. Now, with the campaign difficulty,
Somehow, the greenskins have returned to Ivres, the rotten stench of their dung piles hanging thick in the mists. Could they be a harbinger for the return of the bulbous Grom himself? If so, our darkest nightmares may be realized once more. I should have destroyed him all those years ago, along with his foul shaman. The other princes of Ulthuan are scattered and distracted, embroiled in the eternal conflict with the Druki. It is likely we will stand alone in our struggle, at least for now. The greenskins are not the only threat to Ulthuan, however. Pirates have also penetrated the mists and sailed the shifting isles with impunity. We are faced with a dire threat. The greenskins seek to ravage Ivres and all Ulthuan, putting the Vortex at risk. As the Warden of Tor Ivres, I shall face them with ruthlessness and brutality. The fate of the world is in my hands.
alright. Like I was saying with the campaign difficulty, making it harder for public order and upkeep, I think that's a much more better way to balance the game or make it more difficult. Because then you just have to handle financial situations, public order situations. I prefer that more than the battle. I don't like goblins pretty much becoming sword masters of Hoeth. That really irritates me when my elite units cannot handle basic goblins.
Warden of Safarin.
So Eltharion starts with
What do
Seville
you seek?
or Cavill, however you would pronounce that. I'm not quite too sure. He's a lore master. Starting with lore masters is always great. They're good melee fighters with some pretty good spells. Casualty replenish rate. Yeah, that's pretty good actually. That will help speed up our expansion. So bonus versus large. So he actually gets some anti-large. I didn't realize that. And he has the potion of toughness, which is good.
Scholar.
We'll get him
Hoeth
directly
protects
into
the
that. So we got Toria Vess. I usually just build these two right off the bat.
Duty.
And let's go over some of the mods I do have currently for the High Elves. We have Val's Anvil, which comes with, I believe, the Sons of Eltharion, which allows the High Elves to craft. I thought, the crafting was always an interesting mechanic for the other factions, and getting that for other factions is a cool way. I think it's just a nice system or effect, and the high elf upgrades like the orcs have. I have those for a few different races. I find this. I like this because you can change. You can make them more powerful, but it also takes away some things. Like with focus, it takes away the armor and melee defense, making them easier to kill. But they also have higher armor piercing and melee attack, making them, stronger when it comes to killing things, or basics of defense, which is the opposite of that, making them harder to kill, but they're less efficient at killing. So with the Sylvan Guards, what you would do, I'm not too much of a fan of Out of Control. That I don't really like that ability. Steadfast and Inspiration would be very good for the Sylvan Guards. I'd probably just put one or two with Inspiration in your large armies. Maybe just to up the leadership and melee defense of everyone around them. But Steadfast is what you're gonna be making. What I'll be making most of the upgrades with the melee defense and melee attack and missile resistance up. Just it's a okay buff to the spear wall that we'll be creating, because you always make spear walls when you're playing the high elves. White Lions coming in this newest DLC, the Grim and the Grom, is very. I like it. I love it when they add in new units like that, along with the Yvres, all the Yvres new units that they get. You know, the Mistwalkers, all of the ones from the special buildings. I don't see it anywhere. Oh yeah, here. You know, the Faith Bearers. Okay, Skyhawks. You know, the Sentinels, and of course the Knights of Torgavel. All, you know, very interesting units. I love it.
Cull the green.
So,
Remain vigilant.
let's see. I should have enough to upgrade someone. I will probably upgrade the Arcane Phoenix with fire inside, maybe. Yeah, we'll do fire inside with the health regeneration. Always a good ability. Can we get anyone else? We'll just get them steadfast.
Eltharion.
Alright, let's get into a fight.
Fiend.
Oh, actually,
Forgive me, Father.
before we fully get into that,
Guardian.
let's make sure. It should be this one right here. Interrogating
In
prisoners.
remembrance
You're
of
gonna want to
Brute
get that
Rainy.
right off the bat so we can get these warden supplies right away. Those are very important for
Demands our
anything that
sacrifice.
Eltharion to upgrade his as you saw that menu right there, you can upgrade and repair the buildings in there. That's very important for Eltharion. It gives him, you know, buffs and well, I don't know if it gives him I don't think it gives him buffs directly, but it gives the faction buffs, allowing you to create more of the Yvres special units like the Faith Bearers and the Sentinels and the Knights of Tor Gavel. So those are important, and it's just increases the Yvres's defense level, which, you know, is very good for making sure you don't lose anything in Yvres, because it debuffs the enemy army. And buffs your armies.
Eltharion.
So it's very good
I fight for Ivret.
and just very important. And why not? Because you can also, as you'll see later, when you interrogate people, there are chances to get Eltharion some XP, which will just increase the speed of him leveling, which will just make him all around better.
Eltharion.
Chosen of Hoe. Understood. Acknowledged.
These White Lions are going to be our flanking unit. And we'll start the battle.
Master. As you say. Orders received. We go. Understood. Swiftly.
Warden repositioning.
We'll get our Phoenix up there first due to its Ember Storm ability. Love it. This Ember Storm ability is very powerful, especially against these units. These weak, large units. like these goblins right here. We'll just hit the goblins because that will probably do the most damage. And boom, right there. See, half the unit's is dead. Get the Phoenix back in the air.
Setting forth!
Eltharion!
Archers! Moving out! Lawmaster of Poet! Sit on heel today! We away!
Bleak, but unyielding.
Attack! Defend in order! Archers, for off one!
Eltharion!
At once! Moving on! Servant of the tower! Take cover! Elfry Harathoi! We will obey! White Tower Guardian!
Eltharion!
Alright, where's that Phoenix?
Command me! By Eltharion! We will obey! For Eltharion!
Nope. I almost wasted that.
Avenge the fallen!
It shall be done!
Eltharion! Obliterate them!
We will obey! Oreo! Lawmaster of Poet! Lawmaster of Poet! To battle!
I'm not sure if that was the best option, or the best timing for that, but I don't want him getting away.
Understood!
In Moranian's name!
Lawmaster of Poet!
He's probably gonna... Yeah, it ran out right before he died. Probably should have waited just a tad bit longer, but it's fine. It's not that important right now.
Loyal! Onward!
Losing one is not going to ruin your start.
As you say!
Eltharion! Motor Ivres!
Now, come on, man. You can't fucking handle... Wow, I'm actually a bit disappointed in this thing.
Lawmaster of Poet! Without fail! Orders received.
There we go. Finally. Alright, let's speed this up. That was bad timing. Whatever. Alright. Easy victory. Not much of a challenge. These first fights are never really supposed to be a challenge at all. So we only lost 45, which is around what's expected. Alright, now either we can heal up, which will pretty much just heal everyone we've lost,
Make an example of them.
get some more experience for our units,
They will fund
or
Eltharion's
get
defense.
money and influence, but this will decrease our casualty rate.
They will toil
So we'll
for
probably
the
just
rest.
heal up. I usually like
Prince
to heal up,
Eltharion. Follow the vow.
so
They face.
we
the
can do
horde.
things like
We
this.
must avenge the fallen.
We're just gonna auto-resolve that. Don't want to fight them again.
Their only worth is much for Lily.
Heal up again. And then
I
we'll probably
seek
sit here and wait.
redemption.
Now for more of the mods that we have. Sons of Assyrian does change Eltharion's skill tree, because he was originally a lord that appeared in the mod before the DLC was released. I'll most likely be going down the Grim path. I want someone that can just sit and take some damage and kill someone. We'll probably get a mage, and I want him on Stormwing. Stormwing is amazing. We'll probably get a mage just to balance out the spell casting a bit. So sword player. Probably get Blade Master up a bit. We'll get Route Marcher Route Marcher up. Lore Master, yes, I do have increased skill points. A mod that increases skill points. I find it much more enjoyable when I can actually level up my characters instead of, you know, tearing out my
Show
hair.
no weakness.
We will get Spear Wall and Militia Training.
No glory. Only service.
That second level will get us Sea Guard.
The Warden of Tor Ivres.
Rangers are actually it's nice to have some more anti-infantry units in the High Elves roster. That was one of the things that they lacked early game was an anti-infantry unit early game. Of course, you know, the archers are just impeccable. The archers are amazing. They will tear through pretty much anything. So, and I'm a sucker for these archers. They're great. I love them. Another mod that I have adds in Aslan for now. Uh, for now, you get him in your Lord pool when you're out. The mod is Empire of the Phoenix King. This will most likely be getting updated to where he'll become his own playable faction,
Grim Prince.
and that will also be enhancing other factions outside of Ulthuan. So I believe he stated that he'll be updating, well, he'll be enhancing and adding to tech lists, Fortress of Dawn and Dusk, the ones outside of Ulthuan, which I'm very interested in, and I can't wait to see what he does. So yeah, those are some of the mods we have.
Obey the vow.
We'll probably end the turn there, and I'll probably end off once we've secured this province, the other two cities that we have to take for this first one. Or no, we already have one city. The city is very important right here. It has gold. It has a gold mine, which you can build there. That's going to be very, very key to you being able to
Remove this
handle
prince. This is
larger armies and more enhanced armies.
Tor of Rest
We could raise it
all.
and get some reward and supplies, but I'm not going to do that. I don't really like raising a lot of cities
My life.
unless I'm just not going to take them.
Ifrit.
We'll probably be raising cities later on once we get off of Ulthuan,
Ivres's
because we're probably going to be, because the key to this campaign is not expanding necessarily. It's going to be holding and then just destroying and upgrading your defenses and all those types of things, because the end game is just when Grommeler arrives and you have the final battle with him.
Warden of
Honestly, I
Tor
could
Ivres.
trigger the final battle right now. I'm not going to do that because I'll probably lose. Let's get hard to hit.
Joy is wanton.
So, commandment available. We'll get growth going. Growth is very important. I recommend always making sure you get growth going as fast as possible.
The warden.
It is the key to making a powerful base. Getting your cities upgraded will jump you ahead of the competition. So that commandment that you get there when you is really just the best one. Untainted is alright if you're having corruption problems. We're not really having any problems with that. Rally Citizen Militia, pretty much if you're just going to be sitting there for quite a few turns upgrading, well, recruiting units, sure, not all that powerful. This is going to be, Tribute to the Phoenix King is going to be something we're going to be using after we get the cities to their max level, just to get us that extra bit of cash so we can keep those armies strong and have as many as we can. Reaver patrols. If you're having a lot of trouble with armies in your provinces and in your land, would probably be the time to use this. I really don't find myself using it all that
No
much.
glory.
So you'll probably never see me use that. You'll probably just see me use Rebuild Last Splendor and Tribute to the Phoenix King. Those are the ones I'm going to be using the most in this playthrough, most likely. So we do have Vampire Coast down over here. We got the Pirates of Sartosa. Can be very irritating, so I would probably like to just deal with them as fast as possible.
Never falter.
Wipe them off the face of the fucking planet. Get the orcs out. Take back Southern Everus, and probably figure out a way to get rid of the Pirates of Sartosa, which start out on this island right here. This is the only other settlement that they have, so it's going to be important that we handle them. Let us get some more units. We're gonna spend 2 turns here
Cull the green.
building up our strength. I find that will probably be the most... Safri, why do you suck so much?
Defender of the your presence is not appreciated. So be
Now that you are here, I will hear your word. As you say.
I'll take it from you.
defender of the your vulgar manners may amuse the court, but frankly, they offend me. Speak.
I'm waiting.
Can I offer assistance?
Lord, I do enjoy watching the...
I will hear your petition and consider it ridiculous.
Alright, whatever. Trade agreement with Tyrion. Give us some extra gold. And that will be the turn. One of the things in the newest DLC that they made far more efficient and 100 times better is the turn times. My god, did they go so fast in Eye Vortex. And they go a good speed in Mortal Empires. That was probably the worst thing about Mortal Empires was the turn times and just how long every time you ended a turn took. Right now, we could forge a Trickster Pendant. Not all that great. It's a basic thing. We're probably not going to forge it at all. And we'll end another turn. And the pirates are coming up right to me. Perfect. That will make this easier to deal with if we can get them.
I will avenge.
Got to him pretty easy. We'll quick save and take this fight. We now have a full stack, which will make this 100 times easier. We're gonna deal with their bloated corpses. The bloated corpses are very irritating, especially to very low armor. Like, to someone who likes to turtle as much as I do, the bloated corpses are a pain due to just the amount of damage they can do. So what you're going to want to do is take one of your characters or one of your larger creatures like the Phoenix or Eltharion or Cavell and throw them at the bloated corpse. The bloated corpse will explode. Hopefully you can get it near the enemies, their own units, because if it hits their own units, they die too. But you're going to want to keep them away from your units, especially your infantry units and your front line, because that will just make it harder on you. Harder than it has to be. So,
Acknowledged. For duty. We will obey. As you say.
get it like that. Eltharion can stand there. Cavell can be there. And a Phoenix there. Let's speed this up a bit. Get the Phoenix down over here. Not too worried about losing the Phoenix. Phoenix is a pretty sturdy unit, and we have that regeneration thing, so it heals, which is very nice. We're going to come over here. Drop that right on them. The bombers are a very irritating squad, so I don't like having to deal with them. We're going to come down here. If he will drop and hit that, that would be great, but taking his sweet time. There we go, see? Get some... Already gone. Already gone. Boom, again. There we go. That's 2 units taken care of. Well, technically that's 4 units taken care of. Bloated corpses are gone. Those 2 units are routing. So that's 4 units taken care of. Come on over here. Take care of the 5th one. 5th unit, 3rd floated corpse. Not a problem. Phoenix can just take the hit and heal up later. Boom. Oh, that was an accident. Alright. Then now just bring it back over.
It will be done. It shall be done.
What we're gonna do is take those guys and make sure they block those rotting Prometheans. Don't want the Rangers getting hit with the Prometheans. They'll just tear right through the Rangers. We could probably throw a few spells down Ray. Why not? Deal a bit of damage, make it easier to kill him. Phoenix has his ability back. We're gonna head right on back to use it. Archers can just let loose on those crabs. Boom. Since crabs are no longer over here, we'll take the Rangers up and out. Get the Rangers to go over there.
Acknowledged. To battle.
It will be done. Arthur, attack!
For all Althwan! Ever onwards! Asher Danan! Do it! The Fang Sword hungers! Empowered by vengeance!
White lines are good. We'll take them away from her and just hit those bombers. Done. Those bombers are done. Don't have to worry about them anymore. Now the Prometheans are done. Come over here, handle that.
It shall be done. Spearman. For the king.
Penance!
Stop her right there.
Warden repositioning!
Done. There we go. And that should have her captured now. 23 units, like it was nothing, super easy. Vampire Coast, if you handle them right, can be pretty easy to deal with. Because to get that leadership down and then just their units start to crumble and they start to die just by themselves. Bloated corpses, when they just... Because the AI does have a tendency to do this sometimes, where they'll just fill up a few of their units with the bloated corpses. makes it pretty easy just to get rid of some of their entire squads. And that will just shift the, like, just make it a whole lot easier when you deal with those. And then just focus on their lord is another really good way of dealing with undead. Because once that lord's gone, leadership goes and the units start to crumble.
Let them build our defenses. They will toil for Ivres. Prince,
Might as well heal up. So, as you can see down over here, we have
full speed.
1 out of 1 prisoners here. Now, we can either indoctrinate, get influence, 5% of the faction's treasury per turn, which we're probably not going to do because we are going to just destroy the pirates of Sartosa, so probably won't do that. Execute. So this will wound the legendary character. We'll kill the character if they're not legendary, so that would just get rid of the character. But it also gives us 500 experience for Eltharion, 8 influence, and 3 warden supplies. Warden supplies are going to be the same between these two, but that influence is doubled, and you get that experience, and it wounds the lord. These are very good. This will mirror the abilities that the lord has. Not very useful to us with Sartosa. Now, if we keep her, we can get a +5 leadership bonus against fighting vampire coast. Right now, especially on normal difficulty, it's not that important. So what we're gonna do is just execute her, get that experience, get the influence, and get the supplies. Not Volzamble. We're at Tamara. We'll go back in there. Now then, to decide on which ones to get. Probably the Shrine of Luck. Get that influence going. Influence is very important to the High Elves. Eltharion's leveled up. We'll get him higher. Get Foe Seeker. Blade Shield up. Get that melee defense up. Make him just a real tank with enemies. Get Blade Master, and we'll get Earthblood for our Lore Master. Settlement upgrades. We will be upgrading this settlement. I probably should have done that the last time. Didn't realize since they switched around, but we'll get that up. Alright. Safri hates me. Like always, Safri's just gonna hate you. Pretty much no matter what, unless you use your influence to make them like you. And that will be that turn. The pirates are probably gonna run. Yep. Got the Orcs raiding up north. Not too worried about Toria of Rest due to it being a city, but we are going to get up here and deal with these orcs. I don't want them taking one of our other cities.
Haunted by failure.
Alright. And that's the turn. Oh, I can probably get a noble now. Nobles
Time from him who
are...
would see you eviscerated.
We're not going to take the peace treaty, because we're going to have to take Southern Uvres, and if we get a peace treaty with them now, we'll have to break it later, or we'll get penalties for diplomacy, which is not something you want to do, especially not early on. That can limit your expansion way too much. So, just going to auto-resolve this. not gonna waste time fighting
Barely
it.
worth is certain. On your feet.
I could have gotten the prisoner from that, but it's not that important right now. What's important right now is dealing with the pirates.
Not yet prepared.
So we'll probably just go down and take Southern Yvresse and then head over to the pirates and deal with them there. We're just gonna max out Blood Oath, get that leadership, and get the melee attack against the Greenskins. Gavel.
Obey the vow. I have served the vow.
Yep.
Cull the green. An adequate performance.
Let's do melee flanking with him. Mass destruction with these guys. Oh. Ran with Ithamar. That's fine.
Joy is what
That's the turn there. So far, pretty good start. We have a 20 stack. And we're probably just going to be using the same 20 stack for a while. Seeing how we don't have much money right now, but there we are. Gold mining pit. Get this right away. Income generated. Straight 600. Very, very good. Along with that, gold resources are produced, allowing our trade agreements to be better. We'll gain more money through the trade agreements. Now on down to here. Could get some cavalry. Not too very interested in the main building camp is not that good when playing as Eltharion. You're not gonna want to use it. You'll get the you could a max one will get you Lothran Seaguard and Shadow Warriors, but you already have your Seaguard to take care of the Lothran Seaguard, and you got the Mistwalkers, which is pretty much just a better version of the Shadow Walkers or Shadow Warriors, to be honest. Cav, I'm not too much of a fan of the Eltharion Reavers all that much. Some people like them. I'm not too much a fan of them. Silver Helms are pretty good. The only time I really use cavalry is the Dragon Princes. So, and those will probably just be replaced with the Knights. So for this one, probably going to go with the Homestead. Increase our growth up. Just pretty much snowball that growth up as much as possible. Get these things going as fast as possible. Could get a leader right now. Resilient would be very good.
Warden of Tor Yvresse.
Can't get them with the influence we have right now. We're all healed up pretty much. Maybe a few more. We're missing a few units, but not very important. We can just steamroll these orcs out of the way like they were nothing. Alright. I love it. I love the increased turn speeds. It's quality of life, which is very important when playing games. Don't have to take. It definitely cuts down time. They'll come in here, get the capital.
They cannot live.
probably still can't do
Protector,
anything
defender
with
of the Phoenix.
Let's
diplomacy.
hear it. You may approach. You have a proposal for the Asur.
Even they don't like me. But oh well. Influence, we have 13 right now. We're gonna save it. Try to get that noble that you saw earlier. Get that so we can... So we're not gonna have to struggle for punishment. Struggling for punishment as a High Elves is quite
Is our sword.
annoying. Because High Elves require you to be at least 50% healed to use their martial prowess, which is one of the greatest things about the High Elves, but is also what can make them, because their units are usually just better than the other units, but they're expensive. Probably the most expensive units in the game, and they have martial prowess, which is one of the greatest things, which is pretty much, oh, hey, here is how they're better than the other units. But at the same time, if you or less than 50% health, that increase is lost. So you're no longer going to have the +2 melee and +12 melee defense. So that's going to drop your melee attack down to 18, and your melee defense all the way down to 26, which isn't the worst, but as you can see, like, it's going to pretty much put you on the same level as these guys. And usually, you don't want that. You're going to lose a lot more troops. It's just going to be more of a cost. And you're going to want to enter into battles at not even at least 50% health. You're going to want more than that so they can stay in the fight longer, deal more damage. So entering into a battle with the High Elves, and it's true with any army at full strength, is the best way to go. Now, you don't have to enter in, I'd say at least 80%, but having full health is always better than not. So that's one of the reasons why replenishment is so important. Having nobles in your party, which will increase your army's replenishment rate, making it like one turn to get back to full strength, like 3 turns to get back to full strength, is far better than taking 7 turns, 8 turns, 9 turns to heal up, which slows down your progress far too much. So, probably after we take this city, we're going to end off the video here. End it off on a siege battle. End it off on a high note. This should be pretty easy. They have Black Horse. We'll just take the Arcane Phoenix in there, rough them up a bit while our other units are breaking into it. All right.
Orders received. Avenge the fallen.
It will be done.
Get that right there.
Archers!
It shall be done. Spearman.
Understood.
We will obey. As you say.
Oh.
The fang sword hungers.
All right. Let's start this battle off. What we're going to do is just use them to come up here and soak up some damage.
Moving up.
Loyal!
Get that going as soon as possible.
Quickly now.
Get your archers up here.
Archers! Assyrian guides us!
As you say.
Rangers are going to take the wall.
Lawmaster.
And what we're going to do is take our Phoenix in here
As you say.
and rough these fools up a bit.
We away.
Make it so they have some difficulty. Lose their units. Because they have a tendency to do this, where they just group them up in front of the gate. Because, yeah, the AI are geniuses. So, there we go. And then, while we wait for it to turn back, we'll just get him on the walls, harassing the archers.
Spearmen!
As you say. Sit on seal today.
Send some damage up there, why not? Buff our rangers going up there.
For duty!
In Moranian's name!
Archers.
As you say. Loyal!
Eureka.
It shall be done! Death to all! Loyal! Understood!
We could probably get these guys up there, why not?
Spearmen! Without fail! Acknowledged!
Glory matters not!
Acknowledged!
Alright, let's get him up. Drop him right there.
Orders received!
Giran protects you. For order.
Warden of Althwa!
Hellfry. Archers.
Without fail!
Oof. Took some frame rate issues there, Jesus.
Always ready!
Oh, I probably should have dropped that. Oh well. Whatever.
The might of Ivress!
Buff Eltharion real quick.
Archers. To battle. Who hath willed it?
Sinner! It shall be done! Understood!
Forward.
Defending order!
Eltharion!
Orders received.
Bleak, but unyielding! Eltharion!
Chosen of Hoeth. one!
I fight for Ibris! Eltharion! Empowered by vengeance!
Servant of the tower! Speak quickly!
Ah, he just got out. Ah,
Lawmaster of Hoeth! Vassal
what a massive pain in the ass.
White Tower Guardian!
Alright, you two, get some kills. Alright, Cavill, get the fuck off the, How are you stuck, dude? Come on. Don't let him get away! Alright, whatever. $337. Mostly the Rangers there. Half of that is probably just the Rangers right there. So, not that bad. We didn't get the imprisonment. I didn't want to lose him. I tried. Alright then. Once this thing finishes loading and we can save, that'll be the end of the video. We should have the city now, since they were defending, even if they ran away. They're all dead, pretty much. Alright, yeah, we lost an entire unit of Rangers there.
Torevres needs it.
We'll occupy, obviously.
Prince Eltharion. No glory.
Let's just upgrade Eltharion real quick. Blade Shield. Woundmaker. Gavel. Earthblood. Oh, look at that. Torrie of Rest can be upgraded. Great. Alright. I think that's the end of this video. Thank you all for watching. I hope you come back for... Honestly, this is probably going to be 2 videos now that I think about it, considering how long this one has been going. But but I hope you come back and watch some more of them. Still not entirely used to this whole video making thing, but I hope I can get better at it. Make these a little bit more entertaining than just me rambling about the units. But absolutely love this game. If you guys have not tried Warhammer 2, if you're new to Total War games, new to strategy games in general, or if you're a veteran of them, I highly recommend it. And even if you don't know anything about Warhammer, I recommend playing Warhammer 2. Thank you all for watching this video, and have a good day.